All right, you ready, Daryl?
All right, to stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Call the meeting to order, Daryl. Call the meeting to order.
Oh, I'm going to call a meeting to order for the September 23rd, 2024. I need to approve the minutes for the last meetings.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes of the Morgan Township Board of Trustees dated September 8th, 2024 as written.
September 9th.
I'm sorry, September the 9th as written.
Second.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
I need a motion to approve the warrants.
I'll make a motion to approve the Morgan Township payment listing from 9/10/2024 through 9/23/2024. Payment number 802-2024 through 845-2024, and warrant number 12854 through 12876 for a total of $73,749.42.
Second.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay, let's go to the fire department.
No, I'm here
Yeah.
for Chief Minery, who's on vacation. If you look at the spaghetti models, he's right in the middle of the hurricane spaghetti model, so hopefully he might be back sooner than later. Number one is the department received a $500 grant from the Butler Rural Community Connections Grant Program for a hydrant flow tester. That's just so we can get an accurate flow of the hydrants. So we're happy to get that, and we're glad that Butler Rural saw their way to give that to us. I'm sure Tina will be asking you to accept that later.
When we get it.
Yeah. Number two is I need a motion to declare the MedLight transport insert on Gator 141 is excess equipment. It's no longer needed due to that new pump we ordered from the grant we received includes a place to transport the patient, so it's redundant. I just want to get rid of it.
Okay,
So moved?
second.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Motion approved.
I need a motion to declare the old extractor that's currently upstairs in the administration building as excess, to donate that as appropriate. We have a new extractor, and the new road superintendent is on a cleaning bin, for I don't blame him, and we want to get rid of it, and then
Yeah.
some department will use it.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Motion approved.
I need a motion for paramedic Kathy Johns to receive her 2-year anniversary raise of $0.25 to $21.50 effective 9/29/24.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
I need a motion for paramedic Amanda Reardon to receive her 1-year anniversary raise of 25 cents to $21.25 effective 9/29/24.
Motion made?
Second.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.
The final LZ update, we unfortunately had to use it Saturday morning. It performed perfectly at night, 4 a.m., no problems. Pilot knew where to go, everybody knew where to go, so that's the LZ, and that's done. Mark's going to help get us a little, hopefully, grindings to put on top of that to kind of, one, it'll appear better and just make it real solid. It was fine, no problems with it all, and that's our LZ. He's going to also help us with some permanent 4-corner markings, once again, that don't blow away. So it's our LZ. Air Care knows where it is. They found it, and it's all good to go.
Is there going to be any issues if it's really wet, rainy? No?
No,
Okay.
it drains real well. We moved it a little bit based on the feedback from the pilot, the chief pilot who came for the open house. We flexed it a little bit down north. So it actually, the corners of it now are the trail. So it drains down, but that was the flattest area.
Okay.
So I don't think there's going to be a problem draining, and we're going to put some permanent corners so it's always there. But it was a 4 a.m. flight, and there was no issues at all. So, and then it's perfect. So that's our LZ. The other one is no longer in their books or anything else. That's it. So
Good.
we did have the open house. We had a great turnout. Everybody stayed a long time. We had 2 helicopters, and it was fairly well received, I thought. And That's it for the open house till next year, and we appreciate the contribution from the trustees to make that happen. I do need an executive session that came late, and it's be number 5, matters required to be kept confidential. A public body may adjourn an executive session to discuss matters that the federal law or regulations or state statutes require the public body to keep confidential. The common law attorney-client privilege does not qualify under this enumerated exemption to allow general legal advice in executive session because the body is not required to assert the privilege. And that's all I have unless you have questions of me.
Thanks, Chief.
Yes. Jeff, on the park? Nothing on the park, or?
I think Jess got the part.
The only thing I'm thinking is, at some point, as far as the park board's concerned, maybe thinking about getting those benches that were granted out of the metro parks. And then probably picnic tables for the pavilion. As soon as we get the pavilion constructed, we'll need something like that. So as far as the money is concerned, the money that's been donated to the Hamilton Foundation, do we have, I know we had seen some totals of the money short of what the Rumpkes had donated,
It was like $16,400, I believe.
16 above and beyond
There-
the
Yes.
31.
Yes.
So,
But
as
you got the
far as
grant for
order-
the park benches, so
what's that?
you got the grant for the park benches. That's not in the Hamiltons.
No, where's that money?
Where's
Does that go in?
We've not seen that.
That was 5,000, so
Right.
I know that's,
That wouldn't go to Hamilton. That should come to us.
Yeah, because it was a grant, so we've not seen it.
we'll have to follow up on that.
Okay, I'll give them a call tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm glad we brought that up. I thought that was already in the account.
Not that I
No.
know of.
Okay, that's all I have for that.
Okay. There was one thing, Mark. They wanted to, one body wanted to, I forget who, come and do the honeysuckle. Do you have any problem with that? You
No,
help?
I told Sandy, I
Sandy.
said as long as the trustees agree with that.
Yeah, we've had a volunteer, who was it? I don't even, the email
Somebody through
came.
the Metro.
Yeah, through the Metro Park volunteers wanted to come and eradicate honeysuckle as a volunteer project, if that's okay with the Board of Trustees. Mark's fine with it, but he would show them where it is, but she wanted approval for you guys to say it's okay for him to get rid of the honeysuckle, which I don't know why free labor we'd ever be upset with, but
Right.
I mean,
it's
I'll
up to
work
you.
with them, I'll stay there with them too.
Yeah, but it's up to you all. But we do have volunteers that want to take the honeysuckle out, which is a good thing. If it's okay with you guys.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, great, sounds
There you go.
good.
When they get done, they can come to my house.
Yeah? All right. That's all I know for the park.
Is that it, Jeff? Yeah. All right. Okay, Mark, first day in.
Yeah, first
Official meeting.
First weekend last week.
Yeah.
And it started off with a burial in Scipio Cemetery, first thing Monday morning. So we opened and closed that. It all went very well. I would like to thank Terry Day. He's very instrumental helping in the cemetery. So, then other than that, we just serviced all the salt trucks and greased them because we had the Crown rust protection sprayed on them last week. So we had all the trucks, snow plows, salt spreaders, and the backhoe all sprayed. It's always nice to get everything serviced and greased before so you don't have to lay internet and have the oil dripping on you.
Yeah.
Just been replacing some signs that have been down and started mowing roads the last time, trimming some trees, and just whatever else comes up.
Hey, Mark, I got a question, and it's probably not ours, but on Morgan Ross Road, across from Trudy Lane, that last house on the left before you get to 748, there's got a pond out there in front, but there's a telephone pole that's, I mean, it's practically leaning in the road. And I don't know if that's not our responsibility. Is it from that
Where
section?
Trudy Lane is, yeah, that's ours.
Well, I don't know if it's the electric company or the telephone company, but
Okay.
somebody's gonna have to do something. That thing's coming down.
I'll look at it some more.
Can you,
Make
mark
a
that
call.
down on your
Yeah,
list? Okay.
Sure will. And that's all I have.
All right. Zoning, Dale?
Alrighty. To begin with, your certificate situation, we've had at least approximately since I had 2 come in today, so they're not here, because I printed this out, but we had about 4 well, actually, between now and then, we didn't have any, but we had 2 come in today, and everything else, so got that worked up. And everything else, if there's any questions, I know Daryl had one on Lehigh Road where the trailer is being replaced, okay?
Yeah, I didn't know if the house was being built or,
Right,
It's
it's
trailer.
being placed. The zoning commission's next meeting is on October the 2nd, 2024, and we will be continuing to discuss the Connex boxes and whether we will allow them or not. We're also working on a Survey Monkey survey to send out to the units, and we'll be putting the polish on that to get it out through October. But a zoning change is planned for the November the 6th meeting. The owner will be asking for his Millville Shandon property to be zoned from R2 to A1. This comes from something I'll talk about for Darren in terms of the goats issue that he had. It was determined that the property in question had the old log cabin on it, okay? It's a very small lot. It had the log cabin on it, very small lot. Well, the owner had put goats on it. And we got a complaint from the neighbor across the street, and everything, and we looked into that. And the biggest resolve that will come out of it is making it change from R2 to A1.
okay.
Therefore, he can keep the goats on the property. And we were, in researching it just historically, that property with the log cabin on it goes back, was zoned R2 way back when?
Before zoning?
Before zoning even. I mean, we looked on all the maps and everything else just to make sure that that it was never agriculture, and it has never been agriculture, just that one little spot. There'll be a 7-11 property exchange. It's sort of a split, but not a split. Will be done for 3480 Chapel Road. The owner there has an acre that he received a variance on sometime 2004, I believe. He never acted upon on splitting off the lot at that time, but it's still in, the variance is still available. I mean, he hasn't used it. Since it's attached to the land. He purchased the lot right next to him that's across from the school that had the old trailer on it, okay? And he's going to take the acre that he didn't actually peel off and exchange it over to the other lot, okay?
What exactly is an exchange? Could you explain that?
It is just a rewrite of, it's just kind of like, I'm going to say, okay, the description goes over and it goes over to the other lot.
So does it become one lot then?
Yeah, it becomes one lot,
So then it'll have just one parcel number?
one parcel number.
Okay.
Should have one parcel number. He never had a parcel number for the piece that he's taking.
Was there ever an address to it, I wonder?
Huh? Yeah, I forget the address for the mobile home,
Yeah.
the lady, but he's at 3480. Then he wishes to build on it, and there's some issues there to talk about.
How
later.
big is the lot, you know?
The lot, the mobile home lot is an acre,
Yeah.
a little less than an acre, okay? These are all grandfathered in lots, okay?
Is it still grandfathered when you do an exchange?
That's my question. Is it still grandfathered? And I've been told by the one surveyor that I speak to more often that it is the simple exchange, and that's it. Because of the grandfathered piece. He said it was grandfathered.
I'd check with the
I
county
need-
to make sure on that.
Yeah, I will too, and everything else too on that. There will be a 7-11 property exchange will be done at 4992 Alert New London, and a zoning change will also have to be approved from B3 to R2 for that piece that will be moved. Now, this is a true 7-11 in terms of the fact that the person who currently owns the little strip of land has his own little strip of land, and both of these strips of land are in his name, okay? And there's 2.5 acres behind them that becomes then a landlocked lot. It kind of isn't, because easement to that 2.5 acres, I really should show you on the map, I meant to get my stuff out, you'd see it clearer, okay? Is that the 65-foot wide strip goes up for about, I think it's 200 or so, and meets a larger strip right behind it. And this is behind Munchen's and the in-between storage piece, okay? To give you that idea of where it's at. The owner lives 3 lots down. And so all they're going to do, the surveyor's going to do, is just move the description of this property here to have its easement over here, because his property touches that property, which then alleviate this easement over there. I got a question again, the person wants to build on it. Existing lots of record, I don't know, and I'm researching those, okay? Because he wants to put a small house on it, about 1,200 square feet. He's already got soil tested and everything else, and I'm just working on the saying yes or no to the house.
So it would pass a perk?
It passed a perk, apparently, okay? He has to show that to me and prove it to
Sure.
me, okay, in that respect. But just keeping you up on it, there are some details to be worked out about it. And there is a possible BZA hearing to be scheduled concerning a property at 1933 Chapel Road. The person wants to run a wellness center on the property. They currently have a wellness center in Ross, okay? And they're just wanting to expand out here a little bit too. They purchased the lot like about 4 months ago.
Does that mean they're gonna build a building on that?
No.
No?
There
There's
is
something
a
already
house, there is a house and a pole barn on the property. They're going to take the pole barn and rehab it and put in this kind of wellness center. Now, this has gotta come before the BZA, no matter what, because
Yeah.
it is a conditional use of the property, which falls under our Class 2 business that can be allowed in agricultural zoned property. It's at the corner of Kearney and Chapel. This is where the house, where this property is that will be converted. Any other questions on those? Okay, lots to go. I have to move to the zoning enforcement report. You have it there in your packet, okay? And everything else. Darren is doing a bang-up job from my perspective. Millville, Shandon, the goats, again, I've already explained that. He's not heard back from 5024 Cincinnati Brookville dwelling in B3. I've also got a notice that that particular property owner wants to build a second accessory structure on the business property. I sent the owner an application, a business application, and the instructions for what he needs to do in order to get his certificates and anything to deal with Butler County and building that particular accessory structure. He has not heard back from the Butler County Prosecutor's Office. He had requested a meeting on September the 9th for the following properties. We're at that time where we need to do something about 2787 Bell Road and then 2410 Cincinnati Brookville. That does not sound right. Huh?
He did.
He requested a meeting in September the 9th, is when he requested it, Kent. 2410 Cincinnati Brookville Road doesn't sound right. That would put it down in Ross. in that address. I'll have to check that, okay? He started a case with 2958 Mustang Drive. Now, Mustang Drive is back behind the Marathon Station. It's a trailer park. Just to let you know, Jeff, that they have been burning trash other than, okay, than things that were grown on the property. I've told the person who was calling in about this that he needs to make a direct call to the fire department.
Well, he needs to call 911
911
and
and
put it
then,
on the lot, and
put in the
we'll
lot.
handle it
Right.
from there. If
Um,
that's what's happening, we'll put,
Yeah.
if it's trash, it'll get put out, but, yeah, just go
Right.
through 911, anybody who has an open burning, just anybody listening.
Okay.
We don't go out and look for it, but if you have a problem, especially during this burn
911.
ban, call
Okay, I'll have to
911. It's
call.
not misuse of it, that's the appropriate use, that way it logs it and you can use it.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
The last thing, Darren has been working very hard on trying to obtain a vehicle for the zoning department. We've been working with Cincinnati Fire Department, and he's waiting on the possibility that we could be donated I thought he said it was a
Ford Excursion.
Ford Excursion to come through. And when we do get that possible approval or nod that, yes, they're going to donate it to us, we will present a resolution to accept it in the near future, okay? That's all I have at this point. Are there any other questions?
Thanks, Dale.
Thanks,
I
Dale.
think we're okay. Okay, let's go to Tina, fiscal officer.
Okay. I spoke with LCNB, and they have a positive pay program that mitigates any fraud to your accounts that you have with them. Because some of the townships have had problems with check washing, ACH payments being taken out that aren't supposed to. They've had fraud on their accounts. So I'd like a resolution to approve the LCNB check positive pay and ACH positive pay to help mitigate fraud on the township's checking account at a combined cost of $15 per month.
For both services.
Yes, it's $15 for both services.
And the way it works, from what Tina explained, is they will get a report of all the activity and send us an email, and if we don't confirm it the next day, within one day, they won't pay it.
They don't pay it.
So
If there's something odd other
Right.
than what we send them, yes.
I think it's money well spent. So moved.
Second,
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
yes.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Motion approved. Also, I just wanted to remind you that there are regular trustee meetings scheduled on the upcoming holidays of October 14th, which is Columbus Day, and November 11th, which is Veterans Day. So you might want to reschedule those.
That's what happens when you just do it. Just carry it on from one year to the next.
I know, I just wanted to remind you.
All right, October 14th. We have one on the 14th and the 28th, so do we want to do a Tuesday or go to October 7th, which is a Monday?
Doesn't matter to me. Either way, whichever best fits your schedules.
If you do it on the 7th, these guys are going to be coming in the next week and signing checks still because of the way we get.
You want to do it the 14th then, just keep it in the same week?
The 15th?
Or the 15th, yeah.
Sure.
All right, we'll change that to the 15th,
So how are we gonna do it?
October 15th instead of the 14th. I'll change that on the
Yeah.
website.
Okay.
And November, we got the 11th and the 25th, and the 11th is Veterans Day, so want to just go Tuesday, the 12th?
That's fine.
Is that okay with everybody? Tuesday the
Tuesday the 12th.
Tuesday, the 12th?
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
It'd be the 15th and the, well,
it'll be October 15th and November 12th.
12. Look at the 12th here.
We're just moving it from Monday to Tuesday, the next day.
Next day, okay.
Those will still be at 10:30, right?
Hmm?
Or 10, I don't know
The-
why I said 10.
Yeah, those will be the first, those will be the first meeting of the
First
month,
week
so
in-
those will
first
both be
week
at
of the
10.
month. Okay.
And that's all I have. That's it.
All right, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the pavilion. Since the chief had mentioned that we already have the new LZ in operation, so the old LZ, the helicopter mid-flight pad, is vacant and does not interfere with the new playground that we're looking at. So we have specs on building the playground. The Rumpke family, as I'd mentioned earlier, were generous enough to provide funding to build that. So with that in mind, I'd go ahead and make a motion that we proceed with the construction of the pavilion on the old helicopter landing pad.
Second that.
Mr. Cole?
Yes,
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Buckler?
Yes.
and also,
Motion approved.
also, in the audience tonight, we have the Moore family, Mr. and Mrs. Moore, and they are residents at Lehigh and Chapel. And we had a chance to talk to them in the last few days, and they showed me some really disturbing video about the type of accidents that happen there. I wish we could have displayed it for the people in attendance tonight, but it's really a killing zone. I know we've had one fatality there. We had multiple accidents. It's an ongoing concern with people in the township, not only them, but for everybody who goes through that intersection. There is a young lady in the township that has been approaching us, Mrs. Lamb, and she's asking for some kind of a fix for that for that intersection. So something that we can do that will improve the safety. In conjunction, obviously, that's going to be a county intersection. So we're going to have to work with the county for whatever we devise for that. And our options are limited. I'll have to start out with that. The things that we do always consider are, firstly, are rumble strips, and then bump strips. The roundabouts are typically out of the question as far as the county doing something like that, but if we ever needed a roundabout, that would be the location that we have that would be a candidate. But what I'd like to do is, Mr. Moore, if you wouldn't mind, you can come to the microphone and just explain a little bit about your intersection and about what you face on a daily basis and the implications to your family.
Okay, hello. I am Cody Moore. I live at 1627 Chapel Road. It's right at Lehigh and Chapel. It's pretty much a daily basis. Every night I go to sleep, I have to worry about a car coming into our house. Every day my kids get on the bus, I have to worry about people blowing through the bus stop sign. Every single day I'm outside, I see cars fly through the stop signs. I see cars stop and then pull out in front of other cars every day. So to me, rumble strips are not going to do anything for those circumstances. We have videos that show them stopping and running out. That's exactly what happened at the wreck the other day. They did stop and for some reason decided to just go. I cannot sleep properly at night when I think about what could possibly happen.
Right.
I know that nothing has happened yet, but it's only a matter of time. I'm scared to send my kids out to go play, because if there's a wreck and they're playing, they're going to get hit. It's just, you're supposed to feel safe in your home, and we don't. We need something done.
Okay. I know there is some history. You might want to talk about the trees that were taken down and
Butler
the
County,
episode that led to that.
Butler County had came out after the 2 deaths happened. One of their workers had came out and hacked up our trees that were on our property. I have pictures that show that my trees were on my property, not in their right of way. They came out, chopped him up, and then my wife caught him. He got out of his tractor when he got caught and said, oh, I'm sorry, I thought that was on our right-of-way. She said, no, it's definitely not. And then that is when he proceeded to say, well, your trees caused 2 deaths. Talking to my wife like that. Traumatizing her, making her think that it's our fault when it was the only thing that protected us. The trees 100% slowed down one truck. This was, I have a picture of it. The trees 100% slowed down one truck from coming into our house. And then they took them away.
Okay,
Hang on a minute.
so,
Battery.
Yeah.
Your battery died.
I mean, I'm pretty loud, but.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
and based on those trees, that kind of gave me an idea yesterday after we talked. You know, you can't regrow a tree there as soon as we need it. But there could be an option if we did the barricade, if we did the guardrail type construction. You know what I'm talking about, like they have alongside of bridges?
I had asked Butler County about a guardrail. They said no.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that's something that's for you guys to do.
Well, I think we could definitely, on your behalf, approach them and see what would be the stopping point. If it's a money issue, or if it's a construction or a.
I think to them it was a liability issue.
Okay,
They were okay with me putting something on my property, because then I'm liable.
okay, so putting it in the right of way would that be forbidden to do a barrier in the right of way? I'm not.
I am not allowed to put anything
Well, no,
in their right
it
of
wouldn't
way.
be you, it'd be the county that does it. I might direct this over to Mark, and just for his insight is, do we ever see those kind of barricades in the right of way on a road, or is that strictly a wide open, no construction zone, no obstacle zone in a right of way?
No, I mean, I see guardrail, I mean, most guardrails are in the right of way.
But they're usually temporary, and they're not that, I mean, it's not aesthetically, it doesn't look that good, Cody,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
I don't
that's
know
what
if
I'm looking
Cody's
at,
gonna be
you know,
interested
and
in a guardrail.
Would that be a problem, visual optics for something like that?
No, I'm looking for safety.
Okay,
Something to stop it or slow something down from
Yeah.
going into my house. Even though they could potentially ramp a guardrail, but
all right, I mean, it would be the first barrier of defense, and you know, like on categories, I'm sure there's different categories for cars, for trucks, for whatever would be above a truck as far as whatever could stop.
so what they took was, they took my trees and they claimed it was a sight distance thing. Well, I mean, if you come up to the intersection now, I mean, I'm not saying anything about it, but there's cornfields and people don't care about it still. So
Okay.
sight distance didn't really seem to matter.
Now, one thing that we were asked to look at were the rumble strips and the bumpers, but here's the situation with that. If you go down that route, you can only do that if the resident agrees to it. Now, your situation is you're right there. The rumble strip would be a total
We are on the road.
nightmare as far as trying to sleep and disturbing your peace and quiet, right?
Absolutely.
So you do not want that. So that's a stop. We don't go down that route.
Correct,
We go a
because I mean,
different
I hear cars and trucks and
Right.
motorcycles all night.
Right.
They wake me up.
Stopping and going.
Yeah.
No issue. So we will go for, and I appreciate you guys coming tonight.
No
But
problem.
we'll go ahead and engage and see if we can do something.
Okay. Thank you.
Has the four-way stop been nixed?
That's the second card to play. If we can't get the guardrail, that's the only option.
I know when we were up at Butler County, when we met with them in the beginning of the year, we talked about this intersection, and that was one thing that they were gonna look at when they came out, was possibly putting a four-way stop, making that a four-way stop. But still, if people are running stop signs, it's not gonna help,
No,
you know?
we have plenty of videos of them running the stop sign. So,
You know,
sometimes they even stop and then they just go on,
yeah,
don't they?
that too, yes.
You don't understand, You're not thinking, you know,
I mean,
but it's that intersection, not, you know.
a four-way stop makes more cars stop in front of our house as well. Not that, I mean, a four-way stop may help, traffic would be worse, buses would be slowed down. It would be pretty much impossible to get out of our driveway, because, you know, we're also right in the intersection with our driveway.
Yeah.
So do you have a preference, what you would rather see?
Oh, some sort of barrier, if nothing.
Where would you want it, like right at the intersection or all the way up Lehigh? Are you afraid of a car coming like westbound on Lehigh and coming into your property? Or are you thinking somebody coming southbound on Chapel? What's the biggest hazard for you?
It would have to, the way I saw it, it looked like it would have to come up Lehigh and then bend around and come down Chapel. It would have to,
Or if they got hit, they could be thrown in
Correct.
that direction, so.
Yeah,
where-
if the last wreck, if the SUV would have been traveling the other direction, the truck would have been in my house, 100%.
So that's why I'm thinking maybe come up Lehigh, along the side of your house with some sort of barrier, guardrail, whatever, and then curve around,
Yeah,
you know, maybe down
That would
10 feet on Chapel in the front of your property. It's not gonna look the best, but you're looking for safety more than aesthetics.
right, for sure.
Okay, we can go back to them and see if that's an option. We can,
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right.
absolutely,
sure.
absolutely.
You know, we didn't put, Kelsey's dad, father-in-law. So after the fatalities and all that, because of all the hassle that was going on with these bushes, you know, they came out and marked the property line. Well, there was not even that much hanging over, so it wasn't nowhere near to do that. But the biggest issue is they're dealing with, well, I'm standing out there talking to the county, and the school bus pulls up to let my grandkid off. They're getting off the bus, which they have to cross over, and it was damp out. Well, I heard this car behind, I was like, he ain't slowing down. I said, run out there, do something. And he done barely got stopped in time. While she's crossing, the bus is on the horns and everything. Then the guy just still takes off like the bus was still.
Which way was he going?
He was going south on Chapel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like that.
South on Chapel.
And the crash that just happened the other, well, the ugly one there. You should have showed me which one it was here. That truck would be in their house if that car was going the other direction.
Wow.
Yeah.
That truck was going
Yeah,
on,
he went, the truck was ran the stop sign going this way.
Play
The car
that
was
again,
coming-
John.
Yeah, yeah, it's, there's some pretty ugly, things that's going on out there, and nobody's really.
And this is in broad daylight.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so if this car was coming the other way, that truck, cause their house is right, this is the
Yeah.
corner of their house, the camera.
And that, in the,
so that was all on your
guard-
ring camera? Got that?
I put cameras up
Oh,
all the way
okay.
around the house because,
One guy ran a.
so the
bus stop
guardrail
sign
would
again,
come
and I
right
was like,
along,
I need to see
right
this.
along there, and then you
so
around
then of course the county comes
down
out and
Chapel.
they say bushes, bushes,
Right
because
along
people
there.
was complaining. So
I
then
wonder
they
if they
turn around and.
Yeah,
go
they
and
can do
claim
that in
eminent
intersection,
domain
cause they
law.
did it at the very
Take
end of,
another 8 feet from them.
where North Wind starts. They've got a guardrail like that.
Did you see this video?
No, I didn't.
The cars are coming the other way running the stop sign. Yeah, and there was one Saturday, guy just pulls right out.
What's your first name?
I'm John Turco.
Hey, play this, please,
John Turco.
please, one more,
John.
one more time for him.
Hey, John. Daryl. Nice to meet you.
Kelsey, it's probably gonna be better if you come up here.
We need technical assistance.
Yep. Need to replay that, don't they have sounds on it?
The truck one, you wanna replay?
Mm-hmm. You can leave the sound a little, to hear the impact.
That'll be
It's
necessary.
that whole.
Watch this.
No, I've
Oh,
seen it,
did
you
you-
watch it.
Stop just a second now. Okay, let me so where I'm at.
This is his house. This is Lehigh
Oh,
coming.
this is, okay,
is
yep,
Chapel.
makes sense. Okay, gotcha. So this guy ran the stop sign.
This truck ran the stop sign.
Oh, that truck did? He got spun completely around.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we're
I
saying.
mean,
If that
the corner,
car was,
the corner of my house is up here.
Yes, yes.
That, I mean, the truck would have been in my house.
they've had so many close calls, even with the kids trying to get off the bus and people just flying out of the bus. I don't get it. I really don't understand. And we didn't put those cameras up until the fatality.
Yeah.
So I said, we're getting some cameras up because we're taking your foot out of play here and all this.
Yeah.
So they've got so many crashes since November and people running buses and people blowing it. As soon as they posted something, like Saturdays,
Yeah.
as
This,
soon as they posted something, then they started getting harassed out there in the middle of the night, people doing burnouts.
So this is Saturday. He stops here.
I thought
Okay,
they'd want
you seen
people
there.
on camera out there.
This is on
too.
my front, the front of my
Anybody
house,
who's
so the
not
corner's down
breaking
here.
the law,
Right.
you want that.
It's just,
He stopped, and then just for some reason,
oh, jeez.
so if that guy was a little bit slower, that car would have been T-boned heading towards their house.
Yep, yep.
It would be in the house because,
This was just Saturday.
yeah.
because
And
Butler
then this
County,
bumper's still in my front yard.
Is that the one with the fender laying out there?
Yeah.
because Butler
Butler
County
County
took
left it, I
their
guess.
only
But
defense they had to keep anything from going up into the yard.
Yeah.
And they got pictures where a drunk guy ran through there, jumped it, he went into the bushes, and luckily the bushes were there, he'd have been in the house, you know?
Right.
It's just, it's a non-stop problem.
this is an older picture, but this was when I had my trees still.
John.
And then it slowed it down to there.
Wow.
Now I have nothing. I've got, you know, my tiny little fence and my tiny little trees.
Yeah.
So won't slow anything down.
That's talent. My God.
It's just, it's a, for them, and all these stuff is coming from the others, and that's the
I know,
thing
but
you're
that's
saying,
still,
is these bushes,
Jesus.
Right.
but then they force it on
You're
them.
at the
When
one
was
that
this?
she was like, oh,
That was
how
about
can you be the good
6
thing
years
that?
ago.
Oh,
so
years ago.
that was a while ago.
Yeah, when they still had those bushes there.
Do you have a digital photo?
She can jump
Is that
up in the air real high.
What kind of a photo did you?
Copy of this anywhere? What is
No, I mean, did you have the
But we had no,
She looks like
did
a-
you, no electrons? That's not,
This was from, was this from your phone?
I tell you what, let me just take a picture of it.
If we get a flash stick, could you download those onto a flash stick and I can take them up to the Butler County Engineer's office?
Probably.
Okay,
I'll get you a flash stick. I'll just stop by your house and drop one off, and if you can upload them to that, and then I'll take it to the county and just let them see it, because I don't think they're getting the whole picture.
somebody else is gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You know, it's like,
Thank you.
or, like when I approached, when the county was out there, and I said, well, you guys put up a barrier or something, I said, well, no, we can't do that. They said, we'll be responsible. And I said, so it's okay for them, for you to take this down, it's safe for them, for somebody runs through their house, that's okay then, as long as these bushes ain't here.
Yeah,
Well,
or,
we're not really sliding down. It's like, well, then why won't you put something there? Well, we're liable. I said, all right, let's say we take them, you take them down there. And you sign something saying you'll be liable if a car runs through their house. Oh, no, we can't do that. We can't tell how people drive. And I'm like,
No, I'm
You're right.
envisioning this intersection to be like 732 and still a Beckett. Okay, they just made that a four-way stop, but it's on the books, it's going to get a roundabout. Yeah, but somebody's gone through that house on the northwest corner at least 2 or 3 times, to the point where they had to rebuild that part of the house.
but they're not, you know.
But
Butler
they,
County was not
you know,
care
so
about
I'll
safety.
use that
They did not.
intersection as a reference for this, because I think they're pretty comparable.
Yeah. He said, if they went to court, they would have lost, and he said, if we take you to court, you get like $78 for the land that we're taking. And they took 8 feet and took it down through there for
Yeah.
more sight.
Hmm. Okay.
You can't see anything past the trees on down the road, so it just. Yeah.
You can leave it on, somebody may come back up.
Hey, I
Okay,
appreciate you.
thank you, guys.
Thank you, John. Okay, that's all I have.
All right, just want to let everybody know, putting together a retirement party for Rob. We were gonna do it tonight. However, the gift we got for him did not arrive, is number one. Number two, I felt if we did it in a meeting like today or tonight and we took a break, we'd have like 20 minutes to celebrate his retirement. And I know a lot of people were gonna wanna talk to him, and so we were gonna use the community center on Saturday, October 5th from 2 to 5. It'll be just light snacks, and some soft drinks and, you know, beverages, and it won't be a dinner or anything like that. It'll just be snacks, and people can come in, wish Rob well, and maybe he'll share a few stories. Maybe we can roast him a little bit, but whatever. It'll just be a, you know, low-key thing, open house. It's not, you don't have to stay the whole time. Just come in, wish him well, and go on your way. So I'll put that on the website. Griff, you'll put it on your website, Saturday, October 5th from 2 to 5 at the community center. Then I need executive session or to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official. And what that's for is to talk about Mark's replacement, because Mark replaced Rob. So we need to go in and talk about that. So that's all I've got. Daryl?
The other thing I got is Ross, Village and Farm Garden Club graciously invited us to a dinner Saturday, and it's their 70th anniversary, and I was proud to go. That's a good organization. They've helped us out quite a bit, and probably will in the park too. So looking forward to working with them in the future again. All right. Now, any comments from the audience? Okay, we got a motion to go into executive
We'll
session.
go into executive session.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
make a motion to go.
second.
Into executive
Mr. Hub?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes,
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Motion approved.
go into executive session,
And-
7:48,
session. What time?
7:40.
40.
Yeah, let me go first.
Yep.
That way you can-
Is yours pretty quick?
Real quick.
She's got your email address or
Yeah.
photos, and will you forward that on to the?
Yeah. Hey, John, we'll do what we can, but a lot of it, I mean, it might not look aesthetically, you know, for him, you know, but I do understand that. And I mean,
We're building some big terraced concrete pillars like they do in front of a bank or something. I mean,
uncalled for
serious.
though.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, well, I mean, they're designed to do that. I mean,
I got you.
it wouldn't look aesthetically pleasing, but you
Yeah,
could make
yeah.
them look that way.
Where do you live, John?
Yeah.
Fairfield, yeah. I mean, that don't matter. I'm just saying, you know, yeah, your kids are your kids, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't that bad like 2 years ago or something, you know, like I mean, it's just got crazy out there. It's like, and like I said,
You know, I mean, it would be, a roundabout would be perfect there, but there ain't no room for it. I don't think they could ever put one in there.
that's what we're.
Have to take Cody's house.
But that's what we can push. He's got 3 acres. Buy that.
They'd have to bring the chapel all the way over and Lehigh. And Lehigh. Yeah, yeah.
That house totaled 3 acres and they built it right in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah. I mean, yeah, just, it seems like that's making matters worse though. You know?
Farmhouse or something at one time. Yeah, a long time ago.
Well, not a roundabout, you know, in my mind when I drive through.
Yeah,
And you just, well, you've got that big culvert that they just worked on,
yeah,
on the Lear's property side there, you know? And everything
yes,
else, and they've got it looking real nice.
it does, yeah. But, you know, you could end up with something like, have you seen Harrison's up by the high school?
Yeah, the West.
What a, oh my God. I mean, that thing zigzags around. That's what I mean. They'd have to move something.
When really, we down through there,
yeah. So,
He drove it around.
Cause I drive that a lot.
uh,
I go down into Harrison occasionally.
oh, yeah. I heard they were gonna change it. I don't know. I don't know if they can do anything else with it, you know?
You just gotta really watch. I mean, it's smaller than you thought it would have been.
Yeah.
It's not like John Gray.
It is, you're right, it is smaller. It's quick. You gotta make quick.
You might be able to email it. But
Yeah.
As you go into Fairfield there.
But there, like you said, there's not enough room down here though. Yeah. Yeah.
the video where the car goes out into the Lears field,
Bring it over, and then lay high.
is that
Right, right.
no, the one that,
Yeah.
did I in the car that went into the Lears field, the one that you just showed me.
No, they did not. That's the way,
Cassie, I'm shocked. I've never seen nothing like that. I mean,
that's what I said, without seeing the video.
if other people saw that, they would,
She's got a fatality one too.
That burned it.
yeah. Oh, she does? When they, oh, Jesus.
That's what I'm saying, the distance that they went out into that field, so my house, it went diagonal.
She had it filmed when they got, when that, oh my God.
Inside of our house, but yes, that car was on fire, sitting way out in the cornfield.
And that guy, you know, he's going 86 mile an hour.
At least.
And that guy in that truck that pulled out in front of him, he very well could have stopped and seen headlights. But the closing rate, he's used to, you probably have 3 seconds to clear the intersection where he had 1 second.
Right,
Turn around and blame the bushes that he couldn't see. It's like,
No.
the guy's going 86 mile an hour at 1 o'clock.
Did they do a toxicology test?
Yeah, we have that printed out.
That didn't matter, huh? Yeah.
Well, it did, not to people around here. When she put stuff up on Facebook about all these
I know.
crashes, then people started harassing her.
I can't believe that.
That crash happened in November, when they cut my trees in February. So they did this from November to February until I called Butler County to say, you trimmed my trees. Now all of a sudden the trees were issues because I complained.
Because she complained about the guy cutting them down, then it turned into Butler County had a huge problem with the bushes because she complained about them. It brought them out there to look at them, and then all of a sudden it became this issue of, oh, we gotta take these down. And then we're gonna call him eminent domain on his land, you know, that we want. So we got this easement through here, and it's like, you already got the normal easement through here.
Right.
Well, they had that stop sign, and that white line was back behind by the
It's not too
house.
big.
Yeah.
I short did because there was a child involved, so I cut it out.
Okay.
Because the child coming out.
That'd be great. All right.
I'll send you all.
No.
It's just
Guys, we run into this, all kinds of stuff like this. It's, yeah, oh yeah,
Well, she'll send all the videos that the guy, she's got a ton of them.
yeah. Thanks, John. You got. All right, we'll come back in at 8:24,
22.
out of the executive session.
Second?
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Brucker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Okay.
Real quick, we're going to change the it was originally scheduled for November 11th at 10. And then we scheduled it to the 12th. I found out I have a conflict, so we're going to make it Wednesday, the 13th at 10.
And that's still 7 o'clock, right?
No, 10.
10 a.m.
10.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, also want to bring up, this weekend is the Pioneer Days out at Governor Bev Park. And it's Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 4. And it's sponsored by Metro Parks. So anybody goes out, it's a good time out there. All right? All right, have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And I'll second.
Mr. Brooker?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Huff?
Yes.
Motion approved.